Hello guys, so this time we will have the visitor from the Bondo Kamay School. Okay, the visit here in the center because we want to learn the culture of the Philippines, and in the other one I think it's Australia. So these are the students I'm gonna show you.
No.
Okay, it's the exposure, I think.
So this is we call the church. It's a multifunctional building. We use in the weekdays. We use as a gathering for all the students. To tell you a little bit, our activities in this compound is starting from Monday to Friday. We are teaching more than 300 students, and these students are quite poor because our center here are focused on helping the people, especially the poorer.
Hello guys, so before we were gonna proceed, I need an answer from you as well, so let me know on the comments below. Okay, this is my question. Guys, I need your opinion, I need your suggestion, and I need your help regarding my PIN, because Google AdSense emailed me or mailed me my PIN last February 11, and this is my problem because I don't know if you encounter this or you experience like mine. Okay, when I started when I start YouTube, I was in Kuwait, so I put there my channel is based in Kuwait, and when I went to the Philippines, okay, so I never changed it, but my Google AdSense is the same. And now I am in Cambodia, so I changed it into Cambodia, but my problem is my country is still in Kuwait na. Okay, even though I already changed it into Cambodia, still Kuwait pa din siya. So this is the question I have. Hindi talaga mawawala yung country niya, Kuwait pa din siya. So, my problem is, tama ba yun? Yung address na yun, paano nila isinend sa akin? How come? Okay, because I received an email from the Google AdSense that they already mailed me my PIN. And 2 to 4 weeks makukuha ko. Okay. So, I went today to the post office and they said, okay, nothing there. If my mail is arrived already, they will call me. Now, I already emailed to Google AdSense about my situation. Okay, I told them, I explained to Google AdSense that this is my situation. Okay, I cannot change the country. It is even though I already put it in Cambodia, still my country is in Kuwait. What would I do? And I never received an answer from them yet. Okay, so yes, so let me know on the comment below if you have knowledge regarding this one, because I really need your help. Okay, I am really anxious. Okay, I am really excited also to get my PIN and to have a salary. So please guys, I need your help. Okay, everything I put it already in Cambodia, but still the country I cannot change it into my payment method in my Google AdSense. Okay, I already choose Western Union. Okay, since yun yung pinakamadali, di ba? Yun. So guys, please, I need your help. Thank you so much. Okay, remember, if you did not yet subscribe, please subscribe and please give a big thumbs up to this video. And of course, don't forget me on my next video and on my next live stream. Okay, don't also, what is that? Paano ba? Ako'y nalilito. I am just excited for my pin. Okay. So these are the afternoon class guys. Yung pinakita ko sa inyo. Kanina, it's a morning. So, ngayon mas marami sila.
We also studied at my school. And of course, Japan. They are all products of my school, and now we are studying in the university in Swat. All right. So, Philippines, yeah. Oh, go. Manny Pacquiao, yeah, go. So he done pet. Okay, Philippines. Where is Philippines? So what? Southeast Asia. That's exactly where is Philippines. Is there a country that is very close, very near to Philippines? Can you travel by land? Yeah? Okay, click. Let's find out where's Philippines. Okay, there the green map over there. Philippines is in the middle of the ocean. Philippines is in the middle of the sea. That's why you cannot find any close country by land. It's unlike Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, Singapore, Malaysia, you could go by land. Philippines, you cannot go by land. So what's the means of transportation? By what? Airline. Flight. You're gonna fly. And you're gonna ride in a boat or in a ship. Okay. Alright? Click. And these are the countries that's near the Philippines. We have Vietnam and Cambodia and Brunei, Malaysia, and Indonesia. And they're the biggest ocean in the world, the Pacific Ocean. This is where the typhoons, the storms, always come from, the Pacific Ocean, and it hits the Philippines. And you know, sometimes Cambodia is raining because there's typhoon in the Philippines. Philippines also is, a country that has a lot of storms, earthquakes. Do you have earthquake in Cambodia? Do you have typhoons in Cambodia? Storms? Do you have flooding? Do you have volcano? The same with the meaning of the Cambodian flag. And do you notice that there are 3 stars? Okay? The 3 stars symbolizes the 3 big islands, 3 big geographical locations in the Philippines, named the Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. And you notice the sun in the middle has 8 rays. Those 8 rays symbolizes the 8 provinces who fight the Spaniards during the day. So there were 7 or 8 provinces who organized themselves and fight the Spaniards. Okay, that's it. We have the names of the provinces, and the sun symbolizes unity of the Filipinos who fought the Spaniards. Philippines was once a colony. What is colony, class? What is a colony? Colony, ananikum. Just like Khmer, Bimunti, ananikum, Barang. Okay, dun sunod. Nekla minmok Barang. Okay? The Philippines was a colony of Spain for almost 400 years. That's why many of our ancestors, they talk Spanish. They speak Spanish. And the Spaniards also brought a lot of good things and bad things to Philippines. And because of the Spaniards, we heard about God. Because during the olden days, many of our ancestors, they believed to many gods. Like the big three, like the sun. Because all the governments should be in public, or the authority. The authority emanates or comes from the people. All right, not one man, not authoritarian. And the head of our country is we call him the president. Say president. Don't count him, president. Republic of the Philippines. All right, and our land area is a little bit bigger or smaller than Vietnam. 300,000 kilometers, square kilometers. It's not big. Vietnam is even bigger. I was surprised. Okay, and the population, Jamdun Manu, how many? How many?
108 million.
108 million. 108 million since 2000 or last year. And Cambodia, how many population? 16 or 16 million. So more Filipinos.
If you are really Australian, we don't, like I was saying about, wait.
Oh, one more. Come on.
It's so
Come.
good.
1, 2. Yes, you. Come on. 3 is 5.
Okay, you're number one. So you're number one. Come here. Ready? Okay, so in Australia, we learned that we make our words shorter. So instead of saying breakfast, we say brekkie. Brekkie. Yeah, what is for brekkie? What's the brekkie? Instead of what are you going to eat for breakfast, you say what's for brekkie. Okay, and one of the best things about Australia, if you are a real Australian, is called Vegemite. Okay, it's called Vegemite, and it's like, you know, Americans love peanut butter. Do you know what peanut butter is? And in Cambodia, you have bread, and you put the milk on the bread, the condensed milk, and you love it, right? You love it. It's like a Cambodian thing. And for an Australian, it's very different. So in Australia, we have what we call Vegemite. Not sweet, but we're going to taste it. Alright? So this is called Vegemite. Now, the thing about Vegemite is Australians love Vegemite, but someone from every other country, they don't really like Vegemite. So let's give it a go. Have you got a spoon? Okay, ready?
One, big, one.
I got a spoon. It's easy. Give it the Cambodian plate. Yeah, thank you, thank you. You guys just love the hot. It's only small. Look at this guy. He's got his shirt over his face already. Like he's got a great. Come on, what are you going to do? If you want to try something new.
What is this?
Come on, 1, 2, 3. Put it in your mouth.
It's
One.
1, 2, 3, go. Oh my God.
On a scale of 1 to 5, how good is the Vegemite? Yeah! Did you eat it all? Did you eat it all? Oh, come on, mate. It's expensive.
It's nice.
$5. Right, you take it up and give it to your friend. Alright, did you give it up? You didn't try.
Okay.
Oh, come on. I wasted all my Vegemite. Come on. Oh yeah!
Popping up.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon about brekkie? What do you think? On a scale of 1 to 5, would you eat this for breakfast? Three. Average program. Alright, I'll go through. Thank you. Oh, you got-
Ang itsura niya parang
you got through it all.
bagoong.
Oh, come on, you can eat it. I'll go over here, you eat.
Yung bagoong ng stream.
Come on.
It's your turn. Come on. 1, 2, close your eyes.
$5. $5.
Okay, thank you very much. You can go sit down now if you like. Eat your food. Go, you can eat it up here like with your friends. Give it to your friends. Give it to your friends. Don't waste it.
Ano pang gawa ng mapa?
Okay. What do we got here? What is it, guys? What is it?
Map.
That's a bit big, isn't it? We call that the Great Australian Bite, where something like a shark is in the bottom of Australia. So we have what's called the Great Australian Bite, and here we have a map of Australia. Now, if you have a look on the screen, there's a little bit more detailed map of Australia, but this one here is our map. And my hometown, where I'm from, is right on the beach, right here, and it's called the Gold, GOLD, COAST, Gold Coast. Okay. Now that's where I'm from there. Now there is a line that goes through here. And anything above that line, oh, here's Cambodia over here. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. Here's Cambodia, and the Philippines. That's just here too, isn't it? We learned about the Philippines. The Philippines is here. Filipinos, they live there. And anything above that line, see the line? That little line right through the middle of Australia?
I'm sorry.
Does anybody know what that line is called?
I don't have
Who's ever heard of it? Someone just said a word here, but what was that word?
tripod.
Starts with E. It's not the equator. Has anybody heard of the equator? Does the equator run through the Philippines? This line here is called the Tropic of. It's called a tropic. It's called the Tropic of Capricorn. And anything above that line is pretty hot. Now, before somebody asked me a question about what's the weather like in Australia. Now, if we live from this line towards the top, it is pretty close to Cambodia, the top of Queensland here. Anything up here is pretty hot. And then down the bottom is? Yeah, it's pretty cold. Now, if you live here in a place called Canberra, which is our capital city, like your Phnom Penh, our capital city's name is Canberra. If you go to Canberra, we have some mountains here in Canberra. These ones. And on the top of the mountains is snow. So, you know what snow? Everyone knows what snow is? So, here in Australia is the only place where we have snow. It gets really cold because it's up high above the sea in the mountains. So, otherwise, if you live down the bottom of Australia, it's pretty cold. Now, what do you think about Australia? Does anyone want to go to Australia?
Yes, I want to go to the brooding
Now,
for
95, or maybe down here it's a little bit less, maybe 93% of Australians, so that's 93 out of every 100 people live within 5 live within, I don't know what it is, maybe like 10 minutes drive from the beach or something, around the outside. So a lot of the people live, 93% of the people who live in Australia live very close to the beach. Okay, they live on the ocean. And in the middle of
bakit hindi
Australia,
sila umiitim, ano?
there is not much here. There's a big desert.
Bakit
And
hindi sila
in the middle-
umiitim?
Right in the middle here, there's one big rock. Everyone knows what a rock is? There's a big rock. And it took me, 4 years ago, it took me 4 days to drive a car from the bottom of Australia up to the rock. That's how big it is.
Wow.
Takes you 4 days. And we stopped 3 places. So I live here, and you can drive your car all the way around Australia. And if you want to go into the middle of Australia, there's one big rock which you can go and see. It's like Angkor Wat. Everybody loves to go and see Angkor Wat because it's the biggest temple in Australia. We have the biggest rock, and it's right in the middle of Australia. Now, can someone tell me, when I talk about Australia, do you already know anything about Australia? What does Australia have, or what is something you know about Australia?
The
Do
blue
you know something
for
already? What can you tell me about Australia? We have kangaroos. Now, in Australia, the kangaroos, they live pretty much all over the country. Okay? They go right down to the beach, and sometimes you see them swimming in the ocean. And actually, when I was at school, we used to be in the classroom and use here. There he is. Got a little ear. Actually, a good little koala. Now that little koala, he's going to sit there. And he's going to sit there all day. And he's not even going to move. Okay, so if you want to see the koala, here's you down here, riding your bicycle. Yeah. Okay, on the road. Here's a car. Sports car. And there's the koala. He's sitting in a tree. Now, there he is. He's a little bit hard to find. So sometimes, if you go to Australia, you want to see a koala, yeah, you got to look really hard because he's only small and he's sitting up in the tree. But if you go to the zoo, they bring the food down.
koala. Koala.
They teach the koalas. Yeah. Anyway, the koalas have really big, like claws. You know claws?
Kasi sila yung pinakamaraming animals,
If
di
you
ba?
are angry, it can scratch you like a cat. You know, it's really,
Pastor, yung Australia yung pinakamaraming animals, di ba?
You think they're cuddly, but I think if you gave them a cuddle, then you probably need to go to hospital after because they scratch the big.
Pero marami din sa kanila, di ba?
They're not really friendly. Yeah, so we have kangaroos and we have koalas. We have lots of birds that sit in the tree. Let's do one more and then we'll change the subject. So you have 10 cars for every one motorcycle. 10 motorcycles for every one car. Transport. We have a lot of people go to Australia because there's things to do. They love going there because there's...
Oh.
What's that fish?
Flying
It's a shark. So we have, in the hot, we have a lot of fish. A lot of people, they love to go fishing at the beach or fishing out in the ocean. And a lot of people eat fish. So fishing is like a sport. And people catch fish and then they measure the size of the fish. Yeah, there's the beach, look at that. So this guy's in the boat, right? There's the engine. And then at the back there's a road and he's pulling in. Have you ever seen that sport where they pull it? If you want to look at skiing, water skiing. You guys have never seen water skiing.
Palawan talaga maganda. Cebu din. Sa South Cebu.
About when you're swimming, a lot of things that you have to do with the ocean and then the beach. Because everyone lives so close to the beach. So we have a lot of competitions about swimming out into the ocean and then swimming back. Or we have a lot of competitions about with the boat and the fishing and everything. And so that's about it.
Yeah, all right. Okay, let's give a hand to Byron. And if you want to go to Australia, he has a beach over there. A beach.
Yeah, Byron Bay.
Byron Bay. Okay. Anything else that you want to ask questions about Australia or Philippines? Okay. Now it's question time. We give you some time before we end, or if there's no more time, then.
Do you want to eat the Vegemite? Go for me.
Okay, we only have 5 minutes.
Come on.
I'll try it anyway.
Come on, try it now.
Okay.
Oh, that's the one she put in her mouth already.
Okay.